everyone. Welcome to Save with Judy and welcome to my quarterly financial goals. Today I'm going to be going over with you what my goals were in July and August and September and how I came out in those months. Some months I got to save what I wanted to save and some months I didn't, and you'll see why. Okay, in July, my goals were to work on the emergency fund, which I did. I tried to add a little bit to my emergency fund each week. This was in July. And then I also wanted to pay down more on our lawnmower loan. We have a John Deere loan that we took out a couple years ago, and it was like $5,000 something. And we've got it down now to, I'm thinking it's like at about just a little over $1,000. And then we wanted to pay off a personal loan that we had. We had taken out a personal loan to do some renovations on a little rental property that we have. And then I've been trying to pay a little extra on credit cards each month. And then I wanted to finish challenges for travel, holiday, and debt. So in July, I was able to finish challenges for Christmas that amounted to $290. I was able to finish vacation challenges for $225, and debt I was able to put $1,160 toward that personal loan and some credit card debt. Okay, and actually we ended up, I did not put that on here, but we ended up paying off that loan in July. So this one is gone. It is gone. Okay, and then in August, I still was trying to add to my emergency fund, and I paid more down on the lawnmower, and I put a little extra on the credit cards each month. When you see me put in a $100 prop bill in a challenge where I've taken out $100, that's what I'm doing with that money. I'm putting that toward credit card debt. And I was also putting it toward the personal loan, but we got that paid off. And I wanted to finish some challenges for holiday and debt. And the biggie in August is I wanted to finish the bakery box so that I could use that money to buy a new stove. And I did it. We finished that bakery box and I got my new stove. And we finished, for Christmas challenges in August, we finished $425 worth. And for vacation, $980, and for debt, it was $1,297, and my bakery box ended up being $716. So we had been doing some little freebie challenges for several months, also for the stove. So when I combined my bakery box and those challenges together, it was like $1,296 to get my stove. So I was thrilled with that, and I got it, and I love it. Okay, then in September, I'm having to start my emergency fund over. I had to use the emergency fund for some attorney fees for some land stuff that we have going on, so I've got to start my emergency fund over. And then I paid a little bit more than the regular payment on our lawnmower. Same thing on credit cards. And then I wanted to finish some more challenges for holiday, travel, and debt. And I wanted to start a 5K progressive challenge. And I have done that. And so far I have that challenge up to it's getting close to 150. So in Christmas challenges for the month of September, we saved $175. Vacation was $145. And $210 was applied to debt. I had less amount this month saved than I have had the other months, but the reason why is because I started my fall binder, and there were all new challenges, so we did not finish any of those in September. And also, I changed the way I was doing my freebies. I was doing freebies 6 at a time. Now I'm doing 12, so it's taking a little longer to get those done. So I know the reasons why, so I'm not upset about that. So starting in October, we should be finishing some of those, and I'm sure that amount's going to go up. So anyway, this is what our quarter looked like. This was what our goals were, and what we did with the money. And each month, I do let me turn this around here. each month I have an Excel spreadsheet, and I put down what challenges I finished, what kind of challenge they were. Like there's freebies. That was when I was doing some randomizing. These are group play challenges I do on Saturday. $5 Friday, Scratchers, Friends, Vacation, Sunday playing with friends. That's the day I do games. And then Christmas challenges. And anyway, then I put where that money's going. You can see right here where that money was going, what sinking fund it was going into. And then this is the amount of the challenge. This is how much I was sinking into it out of that money. The $1 bills that is come out of each challenge that I finish all go to my A through L Bucks challenge at the end of the month. So in July, we ended up finishing $2,033 in challenges. 1,915 of that went toward, it was put into sinking funds. And then $118 was dollar bills that we ended up putting into our A through L Bucks challenge. And then I break it down here, showing where the money is going, what sinking funds it went into. So altogether, we put $1,875 into our sinking funds, and it went into our sinking funds, and then debt and vacation. Okay, and then in August. In August, same thing. I do the spreadsheet. I do it the same way. This is the ones we finished. This is what group they came from. This is where it's going. This is the amount, the sinking fund, and this was the dollar bills that was in it. I used the lighter weight paper, and it doesn't really like the lighter weight paper in this kind of thing. So anyway, and so this is the sinking funds that we put the money into, where the money went. It was $2,832. But I did realize when I was doing this this morning, I forgot to add in my bakery box money. It's not up here. I forgot to put it in. But it was $1,716, and all of that went toward my stove. That was in August. Then in September, you can see we did not finish as many, but that's okay. We know why that was. When you start new challenges, it takes you a while to get them to the finish point. And but we finished $1,157 in challenges in September. $1,085 of that went toward sinking funds. $72 of that went toward our A through L Bucks challenge. And then I break it down and show where it all went. So we put a total of $685 in cash into the sinking funds. And the reason that is less is because $300 of it we had already pulled out and put in a credit union for Christmas, and we'd already pulled out $100 bills out of this challenge for vacation. So anyway, that's where we stand right now, and we will see if possibly the next 3 months we might be able to do better. I think this went right here. Like I said, this book does not like this just regular copy paper for some reason. It likes the thicker. But anyway, that's where we are on our goals for the third quarter. And we'll see if maybe fourth quarter we can even do a little better. My goal next year is to get those credit cards paid off and the lawnmower paid off. And we did pay off one loan this year, and I want to pay both of those off the next year. And we do have a little mortgage on our home still, and I would like to then start throwing all of that money toward that mortgage. And still would like to do some traveling. Oh, I got one more thing to show you. Let me go back to our goals here. This was my 2025 goals, and I wanted to, let's see here, there was something I needed to mark off. Okay, my one goal was eat healthier and exercise more. I try my best to eat healthy, and I do go swimming twice a week. Okay, and then spend more time with family. I never have as much time to spend with my family as I'd like to have. Vacation at Amy's, we did. We did do that in July. And a trip in the fall with the family, we did that just a couple of weeks ago. Have not got to go on any just trips, Guy and I. Would love to do that, but we haven't got to do that. Okay, and financial, pay off 2 loans. We paid off 1. I'm going to put paid 1 here. We've paid 1 off. Pay off credit cards. We have not paid them off, but I have really paid them down. Build an emergency fund. We had an emergency fund. Didn't have it all the way to the 1,000, but I ended up having to pull that money out for some lawyer fees. But we are working on building that back. And then saving for Christmas, I do all the time. On social, produce more videos and lives. Excuse me. I do a video every day, and I do lives every Saturday night. And then for members, I would like to do more videos for members than I get to do. Reach 3K, we did it just a few weeks ago. So that one we did do. And support other channels. I try my best to support all my friends. Okay, in business, keep building my Etsy shop and my YouTube channel. And I try to do that daily. So if you've ever been to my Etsy shop, you'll see it is absolutely loaded. But I do need to do some new stuff and get in there. I actually told God just yesterday that this week, after I get a couple other things done, I have got to work on some new items. So we're going to be working on that. But anyway, I think I'm meeting my 2025 goals pretty good. I would like to have had more of this right here done, the credit card thing. And I hate that I had to use money out of my emergency fund. But hey, that's what it's for. That's what we build it for in case we have to have it. So I'm on the journey of rebuilding that, and also on the journey of doing a 5K progressive. And I'm hoping I can stick with that, and we'll see how I do. So that's where I stand on my financial goals right now. Let's see if we can do better in fourth quarter. I hope that we can. And I'll see you the next time. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And remember, I love you.